What is going on, YouTube? Pass the Prop back here yet again. It is our last show for July. We are here on the 30th, ready to go. Again, Wednesday slates. Honestly, probably one of my favorites. I always love the Wednesday slates when I have time. Because if I can prep and get everything out, I always love having these slates where they're split well. We've got 6 in the early game, 7 if you count the super early one with Baltimore, which that series has been fantastic. I'm winning all my fantasy stuff right now because I have Westberg, Adley, Jackson Holiday, Barger, and I usually have Kirk. So this is like my favorite series ever because I usually have like every single person in the series. And what is it, 20 runs in both games? It's been really fun to watch. That was a long-winded intro, but Stu, how you doing, man?
No, I'm doing good. Like you said, a lot of good action going on. We got a good slate, all-day baseball. For me, I'm a little more mixed. I like it just from a fan perspective, but from like trying to get stuff out for you guys, it can be a little tougher, because obviously not everyone is going to be able to watch before, 2 p.m., 4 p.m. or whatever. But shout out to all the people that do join us when we do go live. And yeah, a lot of good stuff to talk about. Excited to dive into it a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have a great slate, like I said. But I gotta talk about I know yours was a push last show. Mine was, dude. That just fucked everything because that lineup looks so bad, bad. And I'm like, I need the lefty pop in there. I'm not saying that would have made a huge difference. I'm not, but like when you go down the Marlins like OPSs and you go down there, baseball savants, and you see. Just average, couple blue guys, and then Stowers are just straight red. It's tough to lose a guy like that. Obviously, my bet continues to go through. Doesn't matter who sits, obviously, unless it's him. But Piante ended up going right through these guys, went 7 innings. But yeah, it's tough, when you lose Stowers with an illness 30 minutes before game time.
Yeah, no, that was fucking an underdog notification you don't want to get. You know what I mean? You see that, you're like, okay, well, you already kind of know you're in a much worse spot. I mean, you lose the best hitter in your lineup, like you said, it's gonna have downstream implications. So that was a bummer. It is what it is. Obviously, plus money as well. But yeah, just unfortunately, you get weird lineup stuff, sickness. It's a long season. It's part of the variance we deal with here.
Yeah, no, just disappointed. Obviously, I really wish I would have got this one. I felt really good about it heading in, and then of course, Miami does their thing and just beats the shit out of Sonny Gray. Like, what the fuck? They put up they doesn't get that many strikeouts. Was it 6-0 Alcantara against his old team there? So, or at least the team that drafted him. I don't know if he actually pitched for them, but yeah, it was interesting to say the least. You hit Sonny Gray and you can't hit freaking gas can Piante, dude.
Yeah, did Stowers get back in the lineup after? I didn't see too. Was he back?
Yep, and guess what? Scored 2 runs. Yep. Dude's been a fucking menace on my team, dude. Him and my boy Addison Barger, who we talked about a little bit before here. Best pickups I've had, dude. These guys have been absolutely just lights out guys in this lineup for me. And then Alejandro, dude. I got Alejandro after his injury earlier in the year. And I'm just rolling on those 3, dude. Those guys have been really, really good for me. Yeah, let's I want to get your take here before we get going here. So I saw all the stuff with the Guardians still going crazy. Do you have anything else you want to say on that? Because I see it just keeps going now, and now they're adding it. And then I don't know if you follow Twitter and just see all these people who threw garbage pitches yesterday, and now people saying Luis Severino's betting now. I'm like, motherfucker. Yeah. That's baseball, man. I'm getting tired of these dudes, man. I got to hear what you say because obviously you already know my stance on it, but I would like to hear what you got on it.
My new theory is if someone has like really deep pockets that's listening, you got Saudi Prince money or something like that, you probably don't even need all that. I'm just curious how much it would take to legitimately get a player suspended, right? You do a little bit of research. You look at who has the highest first pitch ball rates in the league this year, right? And then you go to one of these tiny markets that no one bets on. You put between 10 to 50 grand on one of these bets, and that's going to get a suspicious flag. And I'm just so curious. Like, is the league just going to suspend anyone that is related to suspicious betting activity? Because that seems like the route we're going on, not even just in the MLB, in the NBA too. There was an article recently about one of those scandals. And like all it was that I think got Rozier, who got cleared recently, in trouble was there was like 50K worth of bets on major market unders, like major market props that were all put in at like the same time right before. That means nothing. Anyone that knows anything about high level betting, that's how it works. So I'm very curious where this goes from here. And I want to try it. I don't have enough money to just be wasting it on that shit, but I know people out there do. And if you hate a guy enough, I feel like you can actually get a person suspended without them having anything to do with it. You know what I mean? Just by looking in the data, who has the highest, because that's what we're all working off of via Twitter right now. All I'll say, I need to see the fucking ESPN 30 for 30 on this. Like, I need to know what's going on. Because
dumb, bro.
All we know so far is jack shit. People are even accusing, obviously, Class A of the first pitch ball stuff. We actually don't even know if that's what he's being accused of. That's not even public. They're just assuming because of those 2 pitches from Ortiz that it's the same thing. So I don't know. I mean, we talked about it a bit last show, but you know, I'm curious what happens from here. There's obviously information we don't know. We're in the dark, you know, we're the public, we don't have inside info or anything, but I just want some more information before people go crazy because these guys don't know, like these regulators have no clue how betting works and stuff. So I really do firmly believe that you can get a guy suspended right now if you have enough money. Like if you really work for it and you hammer these crazy niche markets that no one's betting on, regulators have to, like sports books have to report that to regulators no matter what. And since the leagues don't know what the fuck they're looking at and they're clearly panicking, like I feel like you can just get some random guy fucking suspended for a month just by having 50K to throw around. So I don't know. Someone needs to test this theory for me, please.
Well, again, it's just people who don't know baseball. I got one more thing on this because I looked it up, right? I went up and I'm like, because I'm genuinely curious. Like, is there an actual reason for this shit? And then I went in and I'm like, you know, because I'm a G-Gen, right? I got to get in there. His first pitch strike rate is 60%. Like, it's not like it's 50, right? 2 years ago, it was 56.7. Last year, it was 66, right? Like, why didn't we fucking flag him 2 years ago? 56%, bro? Like, what are we doing? Like, and then he jumps up 10% the next year. It's fucking variant, dude. And fuck all these. Fuck ESPN and all that shit too, because it's probably the reason it happened. Like if you're gonna have a sports book and you're gonna be a person that's regulating all this shit, and you better know your shit. Like that's the thing is like you shouldn't be promoting it everywhere. Like Wrigley Field has a DK attached to it, bro.
Yeah.
DraftKings is attached to Wrigley Field, right? Like ridiculous, dude. I'm tired of these motherfuckers, man. It's pissing me off because I'm like I already know how hard it is. Like. I know how hard it is, but I can't even imagine how hard it is to throw that hard over the plate all the time. But yeah, speaking of Wrigley Field, I don't know if you watch those. If you watch any of those games,
not much. No.
Man, that place was lit as fuck, man. On Monday, it was rowdy, man. I was sitting next to. It was probably 60-40 Brewers Cubs fans. So I would say probably 60% Brewers fan. Obviously, Chicago travels well, but. Holy shit, bro. It was Miz makes that error in the first inning and they go down 3-0. And I'm like, are we? And then like I have all these, Cubs fans around me. And then there's like these kids that are Cubs fans in the section over. And they're just fucking screaming. They're like, yeah, you guys fucking suck. Like, we like, look what happens. Like, look what happens. You guys play a good team and you lose. I'm like, okay. Cool. And I'm like, bro. This is the comeback boys, bro. These are the comeback boys. And they end up beating the shit out of them. It's like 8-4. And yesterday they beat the shit out of him. Shout out Andrew Vaughn, bro. Dude I could be the greatest trade of all time, bro. Honestly.
I mean, so far.
Aaron Cavali blows. Like, and the dude literally got traded so we could start Miz. That was the whole point of him getting traded. He didn't want to go in the bullpen. Okay, so we're gonna put a guy that throws 102 in the fucking bullpen, who can actually start. Or else I'm going to watch your 91-mile-an-hour cutters that give up fucking 380 bombs every time. Like, what do you think they're going to do? So I thought that was absolutely hilarious that it took a guy's pride to get hurt, to get Andrew Vaughn, a first-round pick who just hated his life in Chicago to be a Brewer.
Dude, it's crazy. Like Vaughn was cooking for like last year and a little before that. He was like a good bet. He was a batter prop guy I liked going to, and obviously when you just play in such a hopeless team, right? I'm sure the mental aspect just wears on you. We're just playing useless baseball. They're going out there, there's no hope. You know what I mean? Like it's got to weigh on a guy. I even feel like Luis Roberts gonna do well wherever he gets traded next. I feel like it's gonna be one of those things because the mental, the environment, the coaching, all that matters. And when you've just been in the fucking mud for years, that weighs on you. And then you go to a team like the Brewers that's fucking sweeping the Dodgers back to back. Everyone there's trying to win a World Series. You're like, fuck, I got meaningful baseball. I got to bring my first round pick energy. You know what I mean? And yeah, he showed in the past he could be good. I didn't think he was going to be this good. And it probably isn't that sustainable all year, but it's clearly a step in the right direction. Like you said, a good steal before the deadline.
Yeah, I saw the stat that went up was it's Kyle Schwarber 1, Andrew Vaughn 2, Shohei Ohtani 3. Oh. And guess who was actually no, Ohtani was 4. Guess who was 3? Fucking Stowers. Oh, that was the top 3 RBI guys since July 7th, since he started actually starting games for us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are your top 4 RBI guys.
That's nice, man. Yeah, getting it for essentially for free as well. I mean, that's nice. I mean, and like you said, almost an upgrade in the rotation, obviously, with that farm system you guys got there.
Yeah, so that was pretty fun. Obviously, I enjoyed just watching all of the Cubs fans just kind of have to resort to the I don't know if you guys have this too. I feel like everybody, like the 25 people in this chat probably, depending where you're from, will probably have had this happen to you, where like you'll get into an argument and use logic against someone, and then they'll go back like, oh, when's the last time you won something? Yeah. You know, and then it's just like, okay, well, okay, so we use that logic, and this was the funniest thing ever, because I said I had this Cubs fan got next to me, and a guy was chirping him, right? A guy was chirping him in the game, and I'm just sitting there like, okay. I'm just minding my own business. I'm there with my wife. It's just us two. We're next to these 2 old Cubs fans next to us. He's doing the book. I'm like, I fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
Doing the book. And so I'm just sitting there. We're just shooting the shit. And then a section over, I can hear, like, because the Brewers are just, like, now beating them now, and they put up, 8? And this Cubs fan's like, when's the last time you won a ring? And then so I proceed. I look over there. I'm like, well, when's the last time the Bears won one? And I say that to him because then they'll be like, they won it back, whatever. They made it in whatever. I don't remember the Rex Grossman, Kyle Orton shit. Whenever that was, they made it, but they lost. So you got to go back to the 80s. And I'm like, the Brewers are just a team in the 80s. So now we're just like, okay, so are we just going to keep doing this? Like, are we just going to, like, what are we doing here? Like, that's fucking 20 years ago, bro. But I don't know. Do you have that? Does that happen to you where people will just be like, when's the last time you won something? And it's like, you just need to win one so you can just shut these fuckers up, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, it happened obviously with the Nats before 2019. You know what I mean? When you're like, you guys poverty franchise, like, what have you ever done? It's like, it's fucking, we're 14 years old, as a team. Like, how long do we have to win one? And then ever since then, we get a lot of fucking, Phillies fans are the worst in the world. I think everyone can acknowledge this. Like, these guys suck. So now I can hit them back with the, like, buddy, we're better than you are. We've lost for 5 straight seasons, and I still got that fucking ring. You know what I mean?
You sold out for the ring, which is good. You got one. Like, you got it.
I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, you can chirp us for being bad all you want, but like, I got to sit in here and I got to go to the fucking parade. And when the last time you guys had a parade, you were fucking 2 years old, buddy. You weren't at that. You know what I mean? I got to experience it. I got to have fun. You read about it in a history book, So yeah. I agree. It's the most annoying chirp, especially like Wizards too. It's like, fuck off, so bro. Bad, you suck. Like, fuck off. Like, yeah. I don't know. I see why people fight at games. I'm not doing it.
And that's the only reason. Like, I just want Brewers to win one, dude. I went through the shit. I've gone through it. Obviously, they don't have a ton of money. They're not gonna spend shit. But like, I've gone through the Richie Sextons. I've gone through the fucking dog shit boys. Like, my God, dude, I went through that and I watched it. So like, just one, so I just don't have to hear that, because the Cubs didn't win for 100 fucking years, bro. Like, and now it just keeps coming. But sorry, guys, off topic, but I had to get that out there because I feel like that has to be relatable. Because if I'm feeling that way, I have a feeling that a lot of you guys have friends that are the same way when you're there, and it's just like, yeah, your team won it 20 years ago. I mean, the Brewers have only been they haven't been a team that long either. Obviously, not as short as the Nationals have been. But yeah, they're not. I mean, you're talking about the fucking Cubs, who've been a team for 150 years. So, Tyrone talking about Stowers hit a bomb at Stanford off his high school buddy. Yeah, dude, the dude just got popped, man. You just got to hope that you can make him swing and miss, because there are holes in the swing, but if it gets touched, dude, he just takes absolute mammoth hacks.
Yep. We need more of that. We need more bombs, Hell yeah, let's go.
As a Cubs fan, I do find it funny when fans of two crappy franchises throw shit. Yeah, dude, I don't get it, man. I don't really enjoy talking shit. There's really no reason to, but like if like the stuff you're saying is illogical, there's like what are we arguing here? Like if you it just feels like you're talking to a wall. Truly, It's just a wall. And like I always say, for this show, I wanted to feel like we're just like all buddies on like a couch and you're talking bets and shit. But like you have that buddy who sits on the couch and just like, it's the best player, dude. This is the best player out there, man. He's gonna do all the shit, and it's like, he sucks, bro. Like, this guy sucks. Like, but you can't say that or else this dude just like flips. So
they're talking about like a Adolis Garcia. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's seen like 4 highlights of 400-foot bombs. You're like, why do you think this way? And yeah, you're just not going to change their mind. It is what it is. It's sports. That's why we love it, why we hate it, the whole thing.
All right, so let's get to the show. Let's get to the actual bets here. So we got a huge slate. What game are you looking forward to today?
Yeah, I talked about it briefly with you. That fucking Berrios Kramer early game in 100-degree heat with max humidity. I mean, I think there's going to be some action. And that series has already been insane. Like we talked about a little bit before the show. I was talking about Barger. I put a little bit on his home run before. His hits, runs, RBIs got juiced. That was actually going to be my show play, but now it's like minus 140, whatever. So I don't like that as much. But yeah, I just think that game, I mean, Crispy Kramer, you know what I mean? That's like who I'm looking to fade every single time he's pretty much on the mound out there. And I checked the weather app this morning because we're not in DC. The Nats aren't. They're out in Houston. So I was like, oh, Baltimore, let me see what it's like. Same thing, just brutally hot, brutally humid. I think that ball is going to be flying. And I do love a good, day game, obviously. So that one stuck out to me, but we got a lot of good stuff today, honestly. I'm pretty hyped.
The only reason I'm nervous is I don't know why that's not a 10.5. It's a 9.5 juice to the over. And it's like, there's 20 runs in back-to-back games. Like,
yeah. Do you think that's why? Because when there's a lot of action, people like there's not going to be 10 20-run games, so it's going to fall off a cliff eventually. I think that's just baseball, you know what I mean? Like when I see a bunch of high-scoring games, I'm not really looking to immediately hop on the over, because like that's not sustainable, you know what I mean? I just think like the pitching matchup in particular makes it, with their pitching styles combined with the weather and the humidity, I think it makes it like we could see some fly balls go out over there.
Yeah, I'm worried about Berrios against these lefties, man. Like, I'm kind of worried in that spot. You got fucking ton of lefty pop here.
Yep.
Now Adley's back, and he had, 4 hits in his first game back. Jordan Westberg slowly but surely putting up a fucking clinic of a year so far this year, dude. No one talks about him because he's batting 2 in this lineup. But because everybody talks about Holiday, they talk about Gunnar. Oh, nobody talking about fucking Jordan Westberg. That dude is fucking raking right now. Raking.
Also, Laureano right before the deadline as well. That guy wants to go to a contender. You can tell he's locked the fuck in right now. Like the lineup's looking the best it has all year. And even Tyler O'Neill hit a bomb as well the other day. He's got in a little bit of power in there as well. So I agree that lineup's kind of cruising right now.
Yeah, Westberg went 4 for 6 yesterday in their doubleheader there. 4 runs scored in the first game. They won 16-4, and then 3 for 5 the day before that. So. Like that one. Obviously, hey, shout out to my boy Isaiah Collins, bro. Told you, I sent you a text after that. Dude just keeps putting up numbers. He had 2 hits, 2 RBIs in the first game of the series. Another hit last night, run score, stolen base. Telling you, dude, throw him in those hit parlays. He's like, dude, I took his hit runs RBIs 1.5 at plus 150. Should have 6. Do it at 6.
Okay.
That should have been my long shot with some RBI props on him, but I didn't get there because they moved him up in the lineup, and he should be. He's right behind Vaughn now, and Vaughn's fucking getting everything. So, obviously, I love that game. I'm more looking forward to that Angels-Braves game for just dog shit pitching. 9.5 total. We got Angel Zerpa on the mound. Their bullpen's not good, so how long is he going to go? We'll see. And then Joey Wentz from Texas coming back over to Atlanta. Atlanta's just fucking rent a pitcher right now. Eric Fede. Now Joey Wentz starting this one. So I'm expecting some runs in that game. I do like that one for a fun one. Obviously, the Cubs-Brewers games would be interesting, but I'm not going to go down that road. We already talked about it. So I think those are spots definitely to talk about.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's good when it's all day, too. That's the only bummer when we talk about good games, and they're all at the same time. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, well, I can't watch every single thing at once. I will say, shout out, I'm going to talk about it in a minute anyway, but that Mets-Padres series is also kind of rocked. I shouted out as my favorite game. The grand slam that immediately followed back with 4 runs in the next inning. Fucking Tatis Robin homers out there. I mean, that game was a walk-off hit to end it. Like, that game was a fucking blast. So, and I kind of honestly got some like postseason vibes, from that one as well. So we're heating up. We're getting into, obviously, trade deadline will make it a little bit weird for these next couple days maybe, but some really good action going on right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we are back ready to go here. Let's get the bets. I know you already just talked about the series. I'll let you take it away here to start us off.
Sounds good. We're going Yu Darvish over 1.5 walks, -120. I mean, like I said, when I did mention that other game, I was kind of pissed. Cease 2.5 walks was like even money. It wasn't even like plus money after that last game. And I talked about using 2 as a parlay piece. Guess what? You didn't even need it. He had fucking 5 walks in that one. You look at game 2 of the series, 4 walks from the starter in 5 innings. The Mets, their average is down. They're not like hitting as well right now, but they still walk at a league high rate. They're top 3 on the season in terms of walks, but over the last 30 days in the month of July, they are the number 1 team in walk rate. When you got a guy, obviously, I mean, you got multiple guys that'll make you work in counts, but I mean, obviously the best walk drawer in the MLB, the best eye in the MLB. I mean, Darvish has not been sharp coming back. And what interests me, there's a couple of things. One, he's over in 3 of 4 games since coming back. Funnily enough, the one game he actually didn't have any walks was against my Nationals. If you go into the advanced stats, that was actually his highest ball rate game of the season and his lowest first pitch strike rate. So he actually pitched, I don't want to say like dog shit. He wasn't good. He wasn't finding the zone. Just luckily, the Nationals were in a streak where they hadn't walked against the starting pitcher in 10 straight games during that little stretch right there. So they were swinging at everything. They don't draw walks. They're a young, bad team. You know what I mean? And their one walk getter, James Wood, is in the middle of his mega slump right now. So yeah, over in 3 of 4. The one miss, funnily enough, was his least accurate game of the season. He just didn't get punished for it because the team sucks. You are going to get punished for it against the Mets. When you look into some of the underlying numbers as well, because there's a lot of interesting stuff you can look at with walk rate. For me, one, initially just his zone percentage overall is down, but more importantly, first pitch strike rate is at his lowest in the last 6 seasons. He was 66% first pitch strike last year. He's at 56% right now. His career average is 62. So 10% down from last year, 6% down from his career average. To combine with that, additionally, he's getting his swing rate before 51%. It's at 46. The whiff rate is down 3%. The chase rate is down from a career 28% to 20%. So not only is a guy not hammering the strike zone as much, right? His general zone rate is down. He's not getting as many first pitch strikes. But additionally, with all this great swing and miss stuff that he's traditionally had, he's not getting as many chases or whiffs this season. So it's a pretty bad combination of things, I would say, when you're looking at a guy that's going against the number 1 walk rate team in the league. And once again, back-to-back 4 and 5 walk games from starting pitchers in this series already. You kind of have your teams that you love with under strikeouts and stuff. For me, the Mets, funnily enough, have been like really, both these teams, Mets and Padres, have been really good to me this year because of this exact market. And honestly, I thought Darvish would be a little more juiced than this. I thought it would be in the maybe -150 range, something like that. But I think we're getting a really good number right here. And the other thing I guess you could worry about would be pitch count, I would say, because you want a guy to get deeper into games. But once again, when your starting pitchers in the first 2 games can't make it to the 6th inning, they both walk 5 guys, you got to use a lot of bullpen as well. So he's been at around 69 pitches in each of his last 2 outings. I would be very surprised if he didn't at least go to 80, because he was at 80 in the 3 games or the 2 games prior to that as well. So it's not like we haven't seen him hit 80, 85 pitches or anything this year. He just hasn't in his last 2 starts. I think with the bullpen in a much rougher shape right now, I think we're going to see him extended. If it's one of those border borderline. He's at 70 pitches. I think it's one where they're going to send him right back out and he's going to get some action. So I just think there's too many things I like. Obviously, number one, walk rate team over the last 30. Darvish has not been good in general. He's not, first pitch strike's been down. The zone rate's been down. And this is a team that is not going to chase, and they're not at a very high level, at least. And he's struggling with the chases, struggling with the whiffs. I just don't think this is the match where he can put it all together. I think Darvish will get more back on track eventually, but I just don't think this is a good matchup to do so. And I think even if he does look pretty good, once again, you can still have 2 walks and have a very good outing. Like, this doesn't really say he's going to get crushed by the Mets or anything like that. I just think they're going to draw some walks. They're going to get on base. I mean, hey, you pencil my boy in for 1 already. I mean, like, yeah, you just got to get 1 after that. I mean, I like it. I'm a big fan of this one. I really like the price. And yeah, 4 o'clock starts. You got some time to get it in as well.
Yeah, I think the only thing holding me back is just waiting to see if Soto's going to play. He fouled that ball off his foot at the end of last game and came out. So after a night game before a day game, I doubt he plays. Or if he does, he'll be a DH. Hopefully I see him as a DH.
I didn't see any news that it would be like serious, though. That was my thing.
I mean, they pulled him in like the 5th. So, I mean, it had to be enough that it was, he was saying something. So I guess my thing is just I assume he's gonna probably DH today. That'd be my guess, and just not be out in the outfield. But they're overly cautious. They spent $500 million on the guy. So just be on the lookout, because obviously that we might get a better number then, honestly, from that. Damn, did you beat Underdog? Oh, I just got that. All right, never mind. I was like, damn, did you beat Underdog? I'm like, no, I saw it. I'm usually right on those. Yeah, I mean, the Yankees grabbing him. I mean, Slater only plays against lefties. So I don't know who you'd be sitting there with Bellinger being as good as he is against lefties, even as a lefty hitter. You got Goldschmidt there. You need a fucking shortstop. Volpe's trash, bro. That dude's a can, dude. Dude's ass. Let's get to my play, and then we'll take a look at the chat here, take a look at some questions. So I'm going to be rolling with your boy here today, actually. I'm going to be rolling with Mackenzie Gore. I'm going to go under 17.5 outs at plus 125, plus 115 on FanDuel. I believe this one's Caesars. I love this spot. I really do. I've been seeing way too much walks coming lately from Gore, more than he has been in the past. When I look here, obviously his issues have been righties, right? And you have – I just saw the lineup. I don't know if there's a lefty in this lineup. Just looking at this lineup, I don't think there is. You got – they just dropped it. Altuve, Diaz, Walker, Smith, righty. Caratini, switch. Dubon, righty. I believe Hummel's righty. McCormick throws lefty, hits righty, and Short's a righty. He's got 9 righties put in this lineup. This dude has a 9.5% walk rate against right-handed bats, which I like to see. Only 7% against lefties. Strikeout rate's down 5% against righties as well. 28%, obviously elite still. But yeah, I just think that we're going to see, those deeper counts start coming here. My issue with Gore has just been lately, just seems like he's, I don't know, getting a little flat. He's just giving up more power than he had the entire start of the year. You also got to remember, this dude's still young as hell, and he's getting to that point where we're pushing, max amount of innings that he's probably had in his career. He's at like 120 innings right now, right? And last year you guys had the training gloves on. This is the reason why you don't put the training gloves on right here. It's because he's already gassing out in July, right? That's why you see some of these contenders where they don't give a shit, dude. They're gonna let you go, and they're gonna let you go 100 pitches, and you're gonna get your you might even give you one every 6 days on a contender, so you get that extra day of rest. And unfortunately, the Nationals won't do that because I don't know what their process is on, hey, we have a guy throwing 30 pitches an inning. Maybe we should stop. Maybe we should pull him with like 60 pitches and let him rest for his next one, because obviously his stuff is not the same right now. I think that this Astros team is a horrible matchup, right? Because you face the number 2 team against lefties. They are second to only the New York Yankees. I believe their OPS is second, right? And WRC plus is 115. So they are very, very good against lefties. Obviously, you got Christian Walker, who smashed lefties his whole career. Yanier Diaz has been very, very good lately, kind of under the radar. And Cam Smith kind of turning into the, what we expected him to be after that little bit of that rookie hype kind of fell off a little bit. Now he's coming back, to where he probably will end up being. So I think this is a tough spot. We've been seeing Gore get, closer to 100 pitches in games that he's really stunk in. But I think something that you mentioned prior to the show when I told you what I was playing is, you're probably wanting him to look as good as he can for as long as he can. But it's going to be a struggle getting through that third time through the order here, right? Because that's always usually when guys start kind of struggling a little bit. The thing is with Gore is he's just started slow. Like his first time through the order, he's been terrible. It's like a 270 batting average against, and actually gets a little bit better each time through. But kind of getting a little bit lucky third time through the order with almost a 5x FIP, and a very, very low batting average on balls in play. So I'm expecting to see a tough outing here from Gore as this Astros team kind of rakes against lefties.
Yeah, I mean, his last start was brutal, man. I mean, 6 walks against the Twins. I had strikeouts. I think we talked about it briefly on the show, but it was one of those where I haven't bet Gore in a while, and I finally got back to it, and I watched that whole game, and man, it was hard to watch. Every inning felt like a 30-pitch inning. Every first pitch strike was followed by 3 balls. There was a lot of stuff in the dirt. If you want to get someone suspended, maybe Mackenzie Gore is the guy to start hitting on right now because, man, I mean, it felt like I was seeing more ball, like wasted, not even close to strikes. And I think a little of it, not to get too in the weeds, is what you touched on with the start before. Everything was inside, and they were just sitting on all those inside pitches and like crushing them pretty well. And I think he was trying to adjust to that. He was trying to go outside a lot more, and he just was really struggling to. Like there was a lot of far outside of the zone, kind of pitches and stuff. So I think he's trying to mix up. I think to make up for the velocity being down a little bit and the stuff not being good, I think he's thinking about spots more, and he's just not hitting them at all. So I agree. The thing about Gore that really, besides the velo being a little better, like the stuff looked a little better. I mean, he was attacking the zone early in the season. You know what I mean? He wasn't having these brutally long innings, and it's back. And I think you're right. I think it's probably a combination of getting deeper into the season, more innings than he's used to. Probably your team's sucking and you never get any run support. Probably, I don't know. Like it's a whole big thing. You know what I mean? But it's not been good recently. And I think this is a good at plus 125, especially. I mean, I would have this at like minus 110. You know what I mean? Minus 115 or something at least. So yeah, I'm definitely on board with this one right here. And like it's even last outing, he only actually gave up 1 earned run. Looking back on it, but watching that game, and they lost 1-0, funnily enough. But it was brutal. It was every inning was a fucking battle. You know what I mean? Of just like, it felt like it was going forever. So I like the spot right there. And yeah, I think it's one of those where even if he's got 5 shutout innings or whatever, he had 89, 85 pitches. Hey, you're trying to shop this guy. You're trying to get some of the best prospects in the league. Take his ass out the game, throw in fucking whoever, Laura or one of these losers, and let them mop up the rest of it. So it's trade deadline season. I think guys are going to be even more cautious. We just saw Suarez get hit on the hand the other day. We've seen multiple of these guys in a little bit scary situations. It's your best asset. You know what I mean? You don't want them to get hurt or anything when you're trying to shop them. So yeah, I think there's a lot. That's not a main reason. That's not even a secondary reason. Just something to keep in the back of your mind as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's take a quick recap here, and then I see a couple questions in the chat.
Sounds good. We got you, Darvish, over 1.5 walks, minus 120.
And then I'll be on Mackenzie Gore under 17.5 outs at plus 125. Stu, you got any thoughts on this? I'll talk about it obviously as well here in a second. But our guy ES Gooner, Peralta under 17.5 outs, thinking he'll throw too many balls and up his pitch count.
I mean, I don't have 17.5 feels like the right kind of number for me. I don't like over on Peralta's that much in general, but I mean, you're the Brewers guy. I don't know. This is it's a fine number to me. I don't have a strong take on it either way, but
yeah, I would. There's no way I'm betting the over. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I feel like you're on the right side on the. I will never bet a Peralta over outs ever. The dude is the most frustrating pitcher in the world.
Yeah. And then
people say he's an ace. You say he's an ace. You can't be an ace if you throw 5 innings. You just can't.
Yeah.
That's not how I don't look at aces like that.
No, I'm with you. I think, yeah, you're on the right side, but for me, I'm probably and I would have to guess that's a little juice as well. I don't know for sure, but I'd have to guess there's probably a little juice on that.
What long shot sticking out to you, Stu? Anything? I actually have one today that I like, so I'm curious what you have.
Like I said, I think the price is kind of dog shit is the problem with Barger now, because I bet his homer and stuff last night, but I think it might even be under 300 in some spots, which I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's 310, 285. I don't know if I really want to do that for a homer. I need a little better than that. The one that, while you were talking, Christian Walker plus 500. I mean, that doesn't sound too bad. I haven't bet it yet, but I mean, my problem is last time I bet Christian Walker home run, he hit like a 380-foot double, and you're like, fuck, you know what I mean? But I don't know that. What do you say?
So you gotta bet them both.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I think Walker 500 isn't that bad. I haven't looked super close, but with just Gore in general, I don't know. Yeah, I might toss a couple bucks on that. I haven't really actually made any long shot bets yet. It's freaking 10:30 in the morning, you know. But there's a couple solid ones. Maybe a little round robin with like Barger, Walker, and someone else. That'd be kind of fun. The Tigers finally woke up. Maybe one of my. Well, they got Nelson though. That's not the best matchup in the world. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't have too much. What do you roll with?
I hate that I'm doing it, but I kind of have to. I feel like I have to in this game. I'm gonna go on the most dog shit guy probably on the slate. I hate him. I hate betting this guy. But at 7 strikeouts plus 310 just feels a little low to me against this team. I don't like this Twins lineup.
Yeah.
Like, what are we looking at here? We're betting Cody Clemens in the 3. You got no Byron Buxton here, right? I mean, you go down this list. Ryan Jeffers, your cleanup. I'm not scared of this lineup, bro. My only issue is this dude walks too many guys, and I hate watching him. So I will bet this, but I am not watching it. I can't. I just cannot watch a Brian Bayo start. It's infuriating. But, like, Wallner at 7, high strikeout rate, obviously swinging for the fence. Bader, Kiersey Jr. Switching out Byron Buxton for Kiersey Jr. is one of the craziest things ever, dude. That is such a big drop-off. Like, Warnick, I know Lee hit 2 last night, but like Royce Lewis, I know he's had a resurgence yet. He still has a high strikeout rate, right? I mean, all I need is Bayo sweeper to be down. Give me that sweeper down in the zone. Still got almost a 30% whiff rate. It's been a very good pitch for him. Let's start limiting a little bit more of the sinker, and let's start getting those sweeps down in the zone. Let's get ahead of guys. Let's start getting there because, like, you just look at some of these numbers. Like, you have to assume, right, that they have a damn good pitching coach. I'm blanking on the name right now. If somebody can remember that, I would really appreciate that. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now. But obviously, I need those first pitch strikes, bro. That's what I need. And he's actually been doing a lot better than I expected him to be. Still 62%. Yeah. It's just a lot of full counts. But I think 3-1 plus 310, and it could be higher other places. I only check DraftKings here, but I think this is a great spot for a long shot at this type of price.
Yeah, Bayo's been one of my favorite guys because I bet him, I feel like, early on in his career, and he's had some solid moments. And then recently, like, walks have been kind of feeding, very well. But surprisingly, is there a guy? I mean, there probably is. Bayo's probably, top 10 in, like, leash this year? Like, in terms, he's been sent out twice this season, at least in the past month. He's been sent out twice at 90 pitches already. Like, going in to the 7th inning, already at 90 pitches, and they've sent him back out there multiple times within the month. So, for me, I mean, the number one thing, I mean, whether you're betting walks, whether you're betting strikeouts, a guy that they're going to let go back out there in the 7th, if he's at, 90 pitches and looking pretty solid, that's how you get these ladders. You know what I mean? That's how you hit these upside plays. He's already had a couple really good ones. I remember the Yankees, he absolutely crushed earlier, the Orioles as well. Couple tougher matchups recently with what I believe the Dodgers and then I think the Cubs in back-to-back starts. But, like, I mean, yeah, Bayo's been actually pretty solid this year. So hats off to him. He's been battling. And, yeah, I don't mind this at all, especially in a little bit of a step down in competition with a team that's not like a top 10 or top 5 walk rate team. You know what I mean? You get a little bit of a break there as well. So, yeah, if you can find the strike zone, it's very, very live as well.
Yeah, it looks like Adrian Hauser is going to get dealt here today. He just pulled him from his start, so that's why you got to make sure you got those underdog notifications ready and be ready to go there. Just I don't expect them to play that game, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah,
I would say too, if once again you can bet on these underdog notifications. If Mackenzie Gore gets traded, the Nationals do not have anyone remotely close to Mackenzie Gore that can come in and spot. You know what I mean? So if you
give me Finnegan for 9 innings.
Well, oh boy, we're trying to trade him too. We don't want to totally see him.
That'd be a 200 pitch outing, bro.
Oh my!
For him to try to finish a full game, watching him throw 35 pitches an inning is pretty entertaining already. So I can't imagine what 9 innings would look like.
Oh my God, Finnegan's so funny because his advanced stats all suck. His like on ESPN box score stats have always been really good because he battles through. This guy fucking lets every first batter on base no matter what. It feels like he just wants some drama in his starts. Like Finnegan is the most like annoying closer in the world to watch, but he gets it done at a relatively solid rate. He just makes you fucking sweat along the way. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Have those underdog notifications on. Right now, you can get the Astros at minus 115, right? If Gore gets traded, that number, moves to minus 200, minus 180 at the minimum with a Washington Nationals bullpen game? I mean, come on. Like, it's one of those things where you got to take advantage of it. So I got those notifications on. It's not just him. There's a lot of guys that have meaningful implications to the spread, to the money line and stuff. So just that's something to monitor and something keep up with your betting. Obviously, it can make you some money.
Hey, I appreciate you, Ben, dropping that. For some reason, I was watching, like, obviously take in a lot of pitching content. Obviously, I love Andrew Bailey already, but I've been watching a lot of Tom House guys. I don't know if you know Tom House is probably like the
vaguely
now and pitching coach. He's an older guy now. But I could not get his name out of my head. So I'm like, why am I thinking Tom House right now when I'm thinking of pitching coach? So I just wasn't getting out of my head. But still 27 of you guys in here, 45 minutes in. We appreciate you guys. If you could hit that like button, we appreciate it. Stu, anything else from you before we get out today? Obviously, that Orioles game starting really quick here.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't want to do any props or anything from that one either. Because, I appreciate the people that are in here with us. Obviously, you got any questions, leave them in the comments below. We'll get to them even if we're not live, obviously. And yeah, man, I'm excited. We got some good stuff coming. And man, NFL is knocking on the door. I believe the preseason starts in a day or two. We got the Hall of Fame game, which means the GOAT, Trey Lance, is back in action, baby. Let's go. So yeah, I love betting on that shit. Love the role players, the random guys that we've all forgotten about. Should be a good time. I'm excited for my Washington training camp betting as well. We got some dogs that people aren't talking about on offense. This rookie out of Arizona, I don't know how to say his name, blah, blah, blah. I'll remember it later. I'm not in that mode yet. But, man, I'm excited. Football's fucking here, baby. I'm already shit-talking the Eagles boys in the Discord. It feels good. We're almost there as well. So it's a good time of year. Saw very good viewership on the last one. We appreciate you guys. And, yeah, let's keep it going. Keep that momentum. And, yeah, hopefully win some bets today. I'm pumped.
Yeah, loving the plus money. Obviously excited to break it down on Friday as well. I'll just kind of let you know for timing on Friday. Obviously, Fridays are always interesting for me, but just with everything, that's like my day to get shit done usually. So it's like, all right, we gotta make sure we're locked in for that. So we appreciate you guys. Still 20 of you guys in here. If you, like I said, hit that like button on your way out. We got 3 plays now with the long shot added on there, and hopefully get some winners tonight. So have a good one, guys, and best of luck on all your bets today.